And now, Anna Does Everything proudly presents 15erella. It is based on the story of Cinderella. Let's tell you the story, shall we? Once upon a time, there was a young girl named 15erella. 15erella had 7 ugly, mean, wicked stepsisters named Fiona, Isabella, Farah, Tina, Eliza, Eloise, and Nina. All 7 of them made 15erella do all the chores. Sweep the floors, wash the dishes, do it all, said 15, Fiona to Nina all together. One day, the king of Quintuppingham's messengers arrived and said, Hear ye! Hear ye! The king of Quintuppingham is going to throw a ball, and whoever has the most beautiful gown and crown shall marry his son, Prince Quintuppling. But 15erella is not welcome. Her stepsisters are. They then argue over who will marry Prince Quintuppling. Later, 15erella is so sad doing chores about not going to the ball and marrying Prince Quintuppling. Suddenly, her fairy godmother asks 15erella what's wrong by saying, Why are you crying, 15erella? 15erella responds in whimper, I can't go to the ball and marry Prince Quintuppling, but I have lots of chores to be done. 15erella's fairy godmother said, I can help with a bit of magic. She chants the magic words, Quintadantity, Quintadantity, Quindu, and waves her magic wand. Because of that, 15erella's chores are done, but her fairy godmother is not done yet. She said, 15erella, go fetch me a pumpkin. Luckily, 15erella has 15 pumpkins. 15erella's fairy godmother chants the magic words, Quintadantity, Quintadantity, Quindu, again, and waves her magic wand again to turn the 15 pumpkins into a handsome coach drawn by 30 strong horses, and then 15erella is ripped clothes into a gown and crown. 15erella said, I've never seen such a quintuple-tastic gown, and get a load of my glass slippers. Fairy godmother, how can I ever thank you enough? 15erella's fairy godmother said, Well, you can't. But have fun, 15erella, but I would warn you. Return home before midnight, or the spell will be broken, and everything will change back to the way it was before. 15erella accepted the warning. Meanwhile, at the ball, Prince Quintuppling was wondering who he should marry. Fiona to Nina say all together, He's walking towards me! But he's not walking towards any of them. He's walking towards 15erella. Prince Quintuppling then asks, May I have this dance? 15erella responds, I would be delighted. 15erella and Prince Quintuppling danced happily together. But later, 15erella realized it's almost midnight, so she scurried out of the ball, and she was running so fast that she lost one of her glass slippers. Prince Quintuppling was really worried that he might never see 15erella again, so he traveled all around Quintupplingham to find her and brought the glass slipper with him. By the time he arrives, he knocks on the door of the home where 15erella and her ugly, mean, wicked stepsisters lived. But instead of 15erella, Prince Quintuppling finds Fiona to Nina. He then said, Ladies, I have a favor to ask. Can any of you try on this glass slipper? Fiona is first, but her foot is too big. Isabella is next, but her foot is too small. The rest are the same, but none of their feet are the right size. Suddenly, Prince Quintuppling notices Tinderella's sweet singing. The glass slipper fits! Tinderella gets so excited because she's happy to have Prince Quinton coming back. And they both lived happily ever after. The end. I hope you enjoyed this story, Andrews Doers. And if you want to see some sequels, tell your friends about it. And maybe I can do it. A big tradition. Take care. Bye. And now, Andrew Does Everything proudly presents 55erella. It is based on the story of Cinderella, with a bit of a twist. Let's tell you the story, shall we? Once upon a time, there lived a young woman named 55erella. 55erella had 10 ugly, mean, wicked stepsisters named Fatina, Ivana, Fernanda, Tasha, Yadina, Fiona, Isabella, Verona, and Ella. Fatima, Ivana, Fernanda, Tasha, Yadina, Fiona, Isabella, Verona, and Ella. May 55erella do all the chores. 55er wench! Sweep the floors, wash the dishes, do it all! Said Fatima, Ivana, Fernanda, Tasha, Yvonne, Fiona, Isabella, Verona, and Ella all together. One day, the king of 55ham's messenger arrives and says, Hear ye, hear ye! The king of 55ham is going to throw a ball, and whoever has the most beautiful gown and crown shall marry his son, Prince Quinquadragintupling. But 55erella is not welcome. Her ugly, mean, wicked stepsisters are. He's going to marry me, said Fatima, the oldest stepsister. Ivana said, No way, Fatima. He's going to marry me. The rest said, No, he's going to marry me. Later, 55erella is so sad, distraught and upset doing chores about not going to the ball, and marry Prince Quinquadragintupling. Suddenly, her fairy godmother arrives and comforts 55erella by saying, There now, my dear sweet 55erella. I can help with a bit of magic, and waves her magic wand. And because of that, 55erella's chores are all done. But her fairy godmother is not done yet. She said, 55erella, go fetch me a pumpkin and some mice. Luckily, 55erella has 55 pumpkins and 110 mice. 55erella's fairy godmother waves her magic wand again to turn the 55 pumpkins into a handsome coach, the 110 mice into horses, and 55erella's fairy clothes into a gown and crown. 55erella says, I've never seen such a quinquadragintupling-tastic gown. Get a load of my glass slippers. Fairy godmother, how can I ever thank you enough? 55erella's fairy godmother says, Well, you can't. But have fun, 55erella. But I would warn you, return home before midnight, or the spell will be broken and everything will change back to the way it was before. Back to normal. And gives her a clock to tell her what time it is. 55erella accepted the warning and climbed into the coach. Meanwhile, at the ball, the king of 55ham says, Good evening, everyone. My son, Prince Quinquadragintupling, was one who he owed to marry. Isn't that right, son? In which Prince Quinquadragintupling responds, Yes, father. Suddenly, 55erella arrives just in time for the ball. Fatima, Ivana, Fernanda, Tasha, Yadina, Fiona, Isabella, Verona, and Ella say, "He's walking towards me!" all together, but he's not walking towards any of them. Prince Queen Toppling is walking towards 55 Arella. "May I have this dance?" asks Prince Queen Toppling, in which 55 Arella responds, "I would be delighted." Prince Queen Toppling and 55 Arella dance happily together. But later, as 55 Arella checks her clock, it's almost midnight! And so she scurried out of the ball. And she was running so fast that she lost one of her glass slippers. Prince Queen Toppling is really sad and worried that he might never see 55 Arella again. The king of 55 Arella comforts him by saying, There now, son. I think we'll be able to find her." And so, the king of 55 Ingham and Prince Queen Toppling began their journey all around 55 Ingham to find 55 Arella and brought the glass slipper with them. By the time they arrive, they knock. Prince Queen Toppling knocks on the door of the house where 55 Arella and her ugly, mean, wicked stepsisters live. But instead of 55 Arella, they find her ugly, mean, wicked stepsisters. Prince Queen Toppling then says, "Ladies, my father and I have a favor to ask. Can you try on this glass slipper?" Fatima is first, but her foot is too big. Ivana is next, but her foot is too small. "Nonsense! It fits," she said. "The rest are the same, but none of their feet are the right size." Suddenly, Prince Queen Toppling and the king of 55 Ingham noticed 55 Arella singing. "Prince Queen Toppling, is that you?" she hollered excitedly. Prince Queen Toppling says, "Of course it's me. My father and I found you. I love you. Will you marry me?" And the glass slipper fits. And so 55 Arella, the king of 55 Ingham, and Prince Queen Toppling lived happily ever after. The end. And I bet it was a fun story, right, Andrew Stewart? I've been debating on making some sequels. So, if you want to see maybe someday 55 Arella 2, 55 Wishes Come True, tell your friends about it, okay? And don't forget to subscribe, like, and share on Andrew Does Everything. And buy our merchandise at AndrewDoesEverything.com. And have you found your prince or princess? Just let me know, and maybe my Cinderella parodies will come true and become real. Take care, Andrew Stewart. Bye!